My grandfather was known as basically like the custodian or the person who you had to see to come here, and he had quite a lot of say. He had lived all his life really in keeping his family together, trying to keep them together, and I believe he was quite successful in that, because none of his children were removed from him at all. And there was one of my aunties who was picked up in town and taken to a mission, and the story is that my grandfather found out which mission she was taken to, and he actually travelled down to the mission, which was Carrolup, down near Kittanning. My grandfather went down there, hitchhiked, and walked into the mission, found my auntie, his daughter, and walked out of the mission with her. So nobody could stop him. I heard that they did call the police, but the police were looking for him but couldn't find him or my auntie. And he would have not travelled the main road, but would have travelled in the bush, and he was successful in bringing my auntie back here. So he always would fight to keep his children together, and actually resisted government officials, and never trusted them. And I remember as a child, we were all quite small, and someone in a car would pull up, because cars were constantly going along this road on their way to Quairading or out further. And sometimes, well, all the time, the welfare workers or officers would come, and they always had white cars. So my grandfather often related a white car to a government welfare officer or welfare people, and as they got out of the car, he would meet them and would ask them what they were doing. As a child, he'd push us as kids all behind him. We had to get behind him. Kind of reminded me of an old mother hen with her wings out, fluffed up, and pushing the kids or her chickens behind her, and that's how I felt my grandfather was. But the thing that I do remember, and it was quite clear to me, I felt his stress. He was quite stressed and quite fearful, and what he was fearful of was us children being removed or taken and put in these cars and taken away. And he never ever trusted. As he said, I don't trust white people or Wodjula people, as we call non-Aboriginal people. So he never trusted any Wodjula that came here. And sometimes he'd get it wrong, because someone would pull up with a white car, and really they were just looking for directions to get to Quairading. So they weren't here to take the children, they were just lost.